Hello and welcome. So today we're gonna do a different kind of video. I'm still waiting on my new PC, so there's no point in me making any gameplay videos or anything that resembles I don't know, ship reviews or whatever. So I'm not gonna be doing those until I get the new PC. So you were stuck with me just with the talking heads, the talking baby face, but on drugs, but with a grumpy eye and the brows and all of that head. I'm obviously talking about my brother, right? Anyway, so today we're gonna do something a bit different, and we are gonna watch older Star Citizen videos, starting with secondary viewports that was posted on August 4th of 2017, and we're gonna see what they actually did since 2017. And yeah, there's gonna be some CitizenCon videos, and we're gonna re-evaluate did they actually deliver on the promises. Of course, me being me, I'm gonna get the worst things out and just focus on those because it's just fun. So let me just roll the intro and let's watch those and let's talk about it.
Hello, my name is Grumpy. Grumpy eye. Grumpy. Grumpy eye. Grumpy eye.
Alright, so this one was released on August 4th, 2017, and it's called Around the Verse Secondary Viewports. So let's watch it.
Let's take a look.
We've been working with the
This
graphics
looks
engineering team in the
amazing.
UK to develop and make use of their new secondary viewport tech, which in itself makes use of the new render-to-texture system. It allows us to do some really cool things for our in-universe narrative in both Squadron 42 and the PU. So far we have used it for comms calls and holographic volume rendering. And we have been syncing very closely with the engineers that write all the new rendering code to make this happen, and we're slowly homing in on a final feature set.
First of which is secondary viewports, which allows us
Slowly homing in on the final feature set.
to get a second view onto the world, or many different views onto the world. This is built on top of some new tech we have called the render-to-texture system. Prior to the render-to-texture system, if we wanted to render some user interfaces or screens or visors, we would have to render them directly into the game world, and this happened after all of the rest of the scene had been rendered. What that meant is that the UI would always look on top of the game world. It would never truly fit in, and therefore it would never correctly be obscured by things like glass or fog or bloom in the same way as everything else in the scene. And this has always bothered our UI artists. So the new system, the idea is we render all of this content into textures first, and then we use them textures in the actual main rendering pass of the scene and composite them in with whatever effects we need, like whether we need them to look holographic or like they're on glass or whatever it might be. And it lets them to bed themselves in the game world much better and have a much better lighting and sorting with the rest of the scene.
All right, first off, this is really hard to do. I talked about this already in one of my Grumpy Rehabilitation Facility videos a few months back, but let me just switch to the other cam. There we go. So this is really hard to do. And having this kind of camera thing placed somewhere that needs to render the world again for another player and for all the other players that are looking at it is really, really hard to do in an MMO. But they said that they're gonna do it. Also, they were showing some holograms that we don't have still, 5 years later, 2017. Five fucking years later. Okay, we do have some holograms, and then they said that those holograms are not gonna they are gonna be affected by the bloom and clouds and whatever. Yet we still have the A90 jump like you can see the hologram in the cockpit from outside the fucking ship if you are in the cockpit and in the third person view. You can see the hologram as soon as you open the door. You can see the hologram through everything. We didn't get this, but yeah, let's continue watching.
We also get a few other benefits from this. We get better anti-aliasing, better sorting, we get better performance actually, with the fact that we can reuse the same screen on many different displays in the game world just by rendering it once. And we can even use the same screen on the next frame of the game to be able to avoid rendering cost. If, for example, you've got a screen which doesn't need to animate or doesn't animate very quickly. These new pieces of tech we've been using in many different systems. So we've got all of our UI screens and our visors, all of our holograms and video comms calls, and there'll be several other uses we're hoping to fit in further down the line, like things like mirrors, things that are typically really difficult to achieve in games.
The render text system starts at the engine level when we're...
And they are really
the
difficult to achieve.
Really, at this point, all we really need to know is that the objects are going to be streamed, so the streaming system needs to be informed, and we also need the max and min screen space size. We use the max and min screen space size along with the UV textile density to be able to calculate.
All right, this is getting very, very boring and very technical, but I'm just gonna skip to a certain point where they're gonna show what we're actually gonna get. So instead of us relearning what we should have learned back in 2017 for the tests that they give us at every end of the year, we might as well just like watch the ending here, and it's gonna be
animation system, stuff like that.
Okay.
Communicating with the render texture manager. That render texture manager will allow it to go through all the different cameras and work out exactly how big it is on screen or how big it is with inside a render texture manager, and it will allow it to decide on the level of detail of the facial animations and the level of detail in the character animations.
If you do pre-rendered comms, you can't really acknowledge characters changing costumes or ships or locations. So real-time rendering for us makes a big difference for immersion. Comms calls...
All right, speaking of comms, we do have that in the game, and that is actually working, which is one of the most amazing things in this game. Hands down, one of the most amazing things and achievements of this team for this game.
To reflect what's going on in the verse, and for the persistent universe, it opens up customized player avatars calling each other, all rendered live. Another possibility are, for example, CCTV or other room view style puzzles, or live recording of views to be featured somewhere else in the verse. There are some remarkable...
Do we have this 5 years later? No.
Consequences of these.
Do we have these kinds of like holograms? We don't. We
advances
do not.
in the tech. Our capital ships feature big holographic volumes on bridges or in briefing rooms, and that means the player can walk around them freely. For those we wanted to know.
This right here is some fucking Star Wars epic shit, which would be amazing if we had in this game, but we don't. And that is the truth. Like, we just don't have the stack in the game. Obviously, it was like developed. Obviously, they were trying to do that, but they just didn't. They didn't like deliver. Of course, yes, we are currently looking at Squadron 42, but this is all about Star Citizen. Like, the title of the fucking video is Star Citizen Around the Verse Secondary Viewports. So this and they're talking about like giving players these kinds of things, but we don't have these kinds of things.
Render a second viewport using 2D display screens, but actual 3D holograms, and you can view them from all angles.
Also, one more thing. Give me a second. Let me switch the camera. There we go. One more thing. Is this relevant? It is not. Who gives a fuck about this, to be honest? Like, we don't even need this. But I'm just saying that most of their videos that they made, like, prior to last year, or, like, even before that, and all of the videos that they do right now are just, like, marketing videos. None of it is actually what they're gonna do and what they're gonna release. So, there is simply no reason for you guys to get excited by the roadmap, by the progress tracker, or by the ISC videos, or by the whatever other kinds of videos there are, like Star Citizen Live videos. Simply no point Oh, should we get excited by the CitizenCon videos? Nah. I mean, should I show you the sandworm? No, I'm not going to show you the sandworm, but I'm going to show you what Chris Roberts said before they released 3.0. And then you'll see how much of that we got in 3.16.1. So let's watch what Chris Roberts said that's gonna happen in like 3.0, 3.1, and 3.2.
All right, Star Marine. There's going to be two players.
We can skip through this. We don't care about Star Marine. We got this.
Space station will be a 4x4.
Nobody fucking plays it because it's trash.
Marine are having a so people can sort of have fun.
But
so people can sort of have fun and play while working on this bigger epic. And so I'm just going to walk you through before we get to the fun stuff.
So they have announced for 3.0 that we're going to have Stanton system. Okay, we do have Stanton system. In 3.14 it was done. I think it's when we got the Crusader in the end. Now, basic professions, trading. Okay, cargo transports. I think that's the same thing as trading, basically, because, yeah. Piracy and smuggling. All of these are broken. They don't fucking work. Mercenary. Yes, we have mercenary missions with fucking spawn closets. With, now let me make an emphasis on that. With fucking spawn closets. The spawn, like, dude, like Doom. The game from 1990 or 91 or maybe 89, I don't know when I fucking played it. It had spawn closets. Should have $500 million, 11 years in development game have spawn closets. Because it's easier. Fuck that, dude.
I'm going to show you very shortly after I've gone through these slides, which I think you guys are going to like. And you know, in 3.0 we'll have things like the Rover and the Dragonfly, who you saw a little bit of at Gamescom, Caterpillar, the Aquila, which you may or may not see here in a bit. Okay, so and I want to give you a bit of roadmap after 3.0, so you know.
All
what
right,
we're doing.
so for 3 points, let me just stop them. For 3.1, they have announced mining, refining, and processing, both of which we have. Quantum interdiction, we have refueling, excuse me? No, wait, like refueling in 3.1? But okay, it is not released. Of course, all of that can be broken into smaller pieces. But 3.1 wasn't supposed to be released in like 2022, dude. Like, it was supposed to be released after 3.0, like soon after 3.0. But having it, still not having fucking refueling in the game is just amazing. It is just amazing. And then escort. The fuck is escort? Do we have that? No, we don't.
I guess there's a lot of miners here, or refiners.
Yeah, we got the red and blue. We got the Hull C, of course. We got it. And we got the prospect. Like, why would you announce Hull C if you knew that the servers wouldn't fucking run the Hull C? Why would you start off with the Hull C? Because why the fuck not?
3.1, and just also, by the way, in case you haven't noticed it, I know last year we said, well, we're going to do a release. We're going to try to do a release every month. After going through this year, we've sort of realized that that's a very hard cadence to do, because by the time you get new content in and you start testing it and get feedback, it's almost impossible to get a significant amount of content to test and do the feedback. So I would say that our cadence on releases, which is what you've seen in the last few releases, is probably going to be something like 2 to 3 months between releases. So just to give expectations, because I don't want...
And there you have it. They, like he said, 2 to 3 months. It wasn't still like quarter releases, which it is right now. But they said that the cadence between releases is going to be, or he said, 2 to 3 fucking months. And so in one patch, we should have like all of that we basically have or don't have. And in the next patch, we should have had refueling, escort, and all of that. And the Hull C, which we don't have. Still, fucking 16 patches later. Or 5 years later. But let's watch further.
I want to go through 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, and 3.4, and everyone goes, okay, we're going to get that in 4 months. Because again, we'll get shot by everyone on the development side. But anyway, so 3.1 is going to have mining, we're going to have refining and processing, we're going to have quantum interdiction, which means you'll be able to wait and,
Also, don't get me wrong, I have to stop this. I know that like people are getting pissed off because of that. But like, delays are okay. Delayed for, like, if they delayed all of this for like a year, 2 years, that'll be fine, dude. 5 years? That's like incompetence fucking level, dude. That is incompetence. And like, you can't trust them to like ever be fucking real with you and to be like honest with you like ever again after all this. And they are still proving that they are dishonest with their fucking marketing. And you guys still like fucking fall for it. I don't get it. I simply don't get it, but let's watch like what he has to say. I mean, I watched this like a dozen times now.
Pull people out of quantum travel, whether it's AI or you're doing it yourself. Refueling, escort. We're gonna add additional locations to Stanton, and we're gonna have the new Drake ships. Well, we already have the red and blue, but in the new way we do ships. The Miss Cull Sea for trading, the Prospector for mining, and the Origin 85X, which was this kind of cool cruiser that was with the 890 jump. And if you already have an 890 jump, of course you will get that already. The next one up would be 3.2.
And there we go. So 3.2, salvage, repair, which is not on the roadmap even now in 3.16, not even on the fucking progress tracker. Mercenary covert operations. Are you fucking serious? 5 years later, we still don't have salvage. We still don't have repair. Like, no mention of fucking repair. Not in that sense of, you're gonna see what they're gonna say. Mercenary covert operations, the fuck is that? Additional solar system locations. And let me see what are the additional things. Vanguards, Reclaimer for salvage, of course. Terrapin for exploration, of course. Phoenix for exploration, of course. Taurus, that was fucking released in 3.14. Yeah.
With repair and salvage. So we'll be able to salvage and repair. So dive a bit deeper in mercenary, because we have some mercenary stuff that will be in 3.0, and we'll be sort of fleshing all these out. Again, adding...
By the way, Argo Cargo, best fucking ship ever.
More locations in Stanton and fleshing it out further. Finishing out the RSI ships in the new way, the Terrapin, and then the variants of the Vanguard and the Reclaimer, which is a beautiful ship. And I know it's one of Nate's favorite ships. So if you know Nathan Disley,
the Reclaimer is still
awesome.
Fucking pointless in the game.
3.3.
Give me a second before we the Reclaimer is still like, why would you even have a Reclaimer? I have a friend that like bought it for, as a meme, and then like fucking salvage and repair was delayed forever, even though salvage was announced in 2012. Fun fact. So yeah, like Taurus fucking 3.14, I think. Amazing, right? Fucking amazing. And then they announced the ban of merchantmen, farming, and rescue. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, why would you even do this? Why? Like, of course, they can't make a CitizenCon without any content. But that content could have been something else. Not a fucking dishonest thing. That like, how can you stand up in front of all of these people and have like, I don't know how many people that watch this video, fucking 295 views. Yeah, it's probably on another channel, Star Citizen channel, like it has more views. But how can you stand up in front of all of those people and tell them, like, lie to their fucking faces? Fucking ban merchantmen. And now I'm gonna get banned from Spectrum and from YouTube by fucking Knight Rider and all of those guys for hyperbolic comments. Like, how is this being fucking hyperbolic? How am I the bad guy for stating the fucking obvious? I simply do not understand it. Let's watch further.
Here's the one.
People, the fucking crowd goes
Who knew
wild.
farming was so popular?
He makes a fucking joke. Didn't know farming was so popular. Yes, but no, they were fucking yelling because of the Banu Merchant ban, because of the A90 jump and the Carrack. And because of fucking farming, obviously, because like there's gonna be some development. But no. Fucking 5 years later.
So what we're going to aim for 3.3 is farming, sort of the rescue side. Yeah. And then you can hit Tony up about all this here, because yet more fleshing out what we're doing with Stanton. And, the Anvil Carrack, which I think everyone's... That's this. The 890 jump.
Carrack is still fucking useless in the
And
game.
the Merchantman. So there you go. And by the way, so once the Squadron 42, the Foundry 42 team working on the Squadron 42 ship,
cheering.
They're going up. They're actually all rolling. So the way we're going to do it is that our biggest vehicle team is in Foundry 42, and right now most of them are working on the Squadron 42 ships because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of Vandal ships, a lot of UE big ships like the Bengal, the Idris, the Javelin. So they're all going to roll off onto sort of the big new ships, which are Carrack, Jump, Merchantman, the Hull C we had before. And the U.S. vehicle teams are going to be focusing on sort of the more, the more contained, like something like a Buccaneer or the F8 or something like that. So anyway, and so that's what we're going to have with 3.3. Here we go. And then finally 4.0.
And then we go straight for 4.0. Now, so 4.0, travel to multiple star systems, exploration and discovery. Science and research, additional solar system locations, new ships, RSI Orion and Anvil Crucible. Now, that was supposed to be on 4.0 after 3.3 or 2, whatever. It doesn't matter. And by the way, I'm recording this after everything because I noticed that the video is long as fuck, so I'm gonna split it into a few shorter ones. It's gonna be okay. I guess you guys are gonna understand what I did there, but we still do not have any of those things that they promised that we're gonna get. So here you can see new jump points, new star systems, exploration and discovery, science and research, additional solar system locations, Orion, Anvil, and Crucible. And now the question here is, why would they say this at all? This, and you're gonna see this in a second, they actually said that this is going to be done in a year or maybe a bit more, basically. 5 years later.
Universe that we need to be a bit faster than that. But we will have 4.0 is when you will be able to jump to other star systems. Exploration and discovery will be sort of highlight there for obvious reasons. Science and research, and the RSI Orion and the Crucible will be two of the big ships that we will be doing there. So that's the roadmap for Star Citizen. So, and our goal is this is the roadmap going forward in, over next year. Again, please don't hold me to dates because everyone goes, why do you say that, Chris? I'm like, oh. Anyway.
But why do you say that, Chris? Why would you say that if that wasn't true? Could it be because you wanted more people to invest into your game? Probably. Why would you even say that like most of it will be done in the next year? Okay, maybe Like, if he's like, after he said that, that could mean, yeah, maybe it's gonna be extended a bit. Maybe it's gonna extend into the next year. Okay, that's fine. After he said that, that could also, like, you could also take that as, yeah, maybe not March and like then August and then like December. Maybe it's gonna be like September and then February and then whatever. Maybe just like don't hold me on dates, but yeah, we're gonna do that in a year from now. But no, that didn't mean that either. So what did it actually mean? It meant it'll be done when it's done. As always. As everything else is with CAG. So I'm gonna cut the video shorter here, and I'm gonna cut this video into a few videos that I'm gonna run throughout the week, because yeah, I basically have nothing else to do, because I can't really do videos on the game, because you don't want to watch videos at like 7 FPS. But I'm still waiting on my new PC. But you gotta, like, before you see the next video, you gotta think about what you saw here. And if this was being dishonest. I'm gonna say this again. I love this game. I want this game to succeed. But this shit and this way of like communicating to the backers and communicating to the like broader community or people that are gonna come and buy the game from you, or ships or whatever, it's simply bad. And it is what made us come to this fucking position. It made us wait for 5 years to get like salvage on the fucking roadmap. It gave us, like, it made us fucking wait for 5 years. And now, the reason of making this video, just to conclude this whole thing, is because YouTubers have been doing the same thing for 10 years now. YouTubers that are supposed to be the media were just praising the game or making excuses for things, for like their incompetence, basically, because this is incompetence, dudes. Like, this is actually incompetence, and this is dishonesty, and they were making excuses forever now. And now you tell me, should this still be a thing? I'm still gonna do videos on Star Citizen. This is not me breaking up with Star Citizen. This is not me like giving up on Star Citizen. No, I'm just trying to make you understand that you should not trust CAG at all. And I'm gonna do it in a few episodes. And what does that mean from now on? It doesn't mean shit. To be honest, it doesn't mean shit. I still love the game, and I still want the game to succeed. I still want to have the greatest game ever. But what I'm trying to do with my whole fucking channel, and the reason I made it, it's not just the revenue. Yes, I do need money because I'm a musician, and fucking COVID and all that completely broke everything in Serbia and worldwide. But on top of that, I want to be honest with you. And I want to be truthful with you. And that's how you make CAG push things forward much faster. That is how you do it. When they see, like, believing in the bullshit that, like, you can vote with your wallet. You can't fucking vote with your wallet. That's not a thing. That is not a thing. But maybe not even make a conclusion here. Maybe I'm just gonna leave the conclusion for the last episode of this whole series, if you want to call it that. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna leave you on this cliffhanger here. So thank you for watching. Yeah, I know I'm a bad person. And thank you to all my patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel, there's going to be a link down below in the info section of the video, so you can support me doing what I do, doing ship reviews and all of that. I'm getting a new PC for support me for buying lights and all of that for the channel. Basically just supporting the channel. And yeah, again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you're traveling through space. Mwah, bye.